I Want Your Sex is the latest movie from filmmaker Gregg Araki. The risque sex comedy / mystery had its world premiere at the 2026 Sundance Film Festival with stars Olivia Wilde, Cooper Hoffman, Mason Gooding, and Sui Wonders in attendance. Daveed Diggs, Charli XCX, Johnny Knoxville, and Margaret Cho are also in the film.
Johnny Knoxville, that's right.
Which follows a young man who gets a job working for a renowned and provocative modern artist who taps him to become her sexual muse, only to get pulled into a world of BDSM and sex games more extreme than he could have imagined. Amanda, there's a lot of talk about how Gen Z wants less sex in their movies. Can I Want Your Sex change what they want?
I don't know, man. I just know this would have worked on me, so I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about it. I feel like there were a lot of Gen Z people there who enjoyed it, if that's a thing. I guess maybe it's kind of weird because it's like engaging with why Gen Z doesn't like sex in movies, I think is like a multifaceted thing, and just like culture changes in a lot of weird ways. And sometimes I feel it's like they just don't like it when certain things are thrown into movies where they feel like it doesn't necessarily need to be. But this is the plot of the movie. It's so directly related to it. And I think they handle it in like a pretty, like they're addressing all angles of like the ethical issues of what's happening, why he's still into it, but how it messes him up and all the different things like that. Because I'll even have that. I'll be watching movies sometimes and I'm like, well, now I don't want to watch it with my parents because that was weird. And I don't think it needed to be there necessarily. And I'm not a prude, but then it's just like, this is like, oh, this is part of the plot. This is part of the story. This is part of what's building. So like maybe this will be the thing to really launch people into the, like, there are times where this is fine. And you know.
Watching this with your parents?
God, no. But my parents also just have bad taste, so I probably wouldn't watch it with them anyway.
Yeah, this is definitely not a good parent watch movie, but I think there is a lot to really enjoy about this one. Art, do you have a fun time at I Want Your Sex?
Yeah, dude. I had to catch the premiere for the critics, so that was a pretty early one. It wasn't the party that this movie's trying to be. I got to see Doom Generation at the Music Box when it was doing its reruns. I want to say like last year or so. Man, that was fun because everybody snuck in there. There was kids vaping in the back. It felt like you were an extension of the movie to a degree, and that's the setting you want to watch this movie in. I Want Your Sex already. It is an insane title. When I walked into the press they always greet you, are you here for Take Me Home? Are you here for Undertone? This lady, man, this 70-year-old lady, bless her soul, shout out to volunteers. You here for sex? Damn, you gotta take me out to Alberto's first, but... It's fun, dude. It's goofy. It's cartoony even.
It is. It's very cartoony.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
It's fun. It's fun as hell.
And it's also very heartfelt because I think one of the scenes where I don't want to spoil it, but there is a scene that comes later on in the movie. It really becomes this mini little drama that tells you, hey, yeah, people become too prude with sex. Go out and enjoy it. But also, yes, there was a reason why the pendulum swung that way as well. There are feelings involved. And I do think, like Amanda was saying, that it covers a lot of angles. It's very lighthearted. It's commenting also on the art world and how people in power are able to, not care about your emotions if they want to make something, the side of how you use a muse, how you use your roommates, how you use the people around you. And yeah, it was a light and fluffy movie all about sex, and I thought it worked very well. And this is also, I believe, the return of Gregg to Sundance, if I'm not mistaken, and also a return to form because the Shailene Woodley movie I found out was his, and I'm like, that was you?
Wait, which one?
Yeah, White Bird in a Blizzard, I think is the last feature that he made, which...
I would have never thought it was him.
Not a classic. It's been a little while since we've gotten a full-fledged Gregg Araki movie, and especially a Gregg Araki Sundance premiere.
Araki, yeah.
But he is a filmmaker who is unafraid of exploring the sensual, the sexual, the erotic on screen. This is maybe a little bit more fun than you're used to if you're more familiar with him from stuff like Mysterious Skin. But this is like a really wild Olivia Wilde time at the cinema. I think, it's fun because it's not just like a straightforward sex comedy. It's not just the sex, but it's the subversive nature a lot of the sex. It's very kink forward, and I think puts it stars in really like precarious positions that they make a lot out of. I think Cooper, who we've liked through a lot of his work, is just excellent here. He's so funny, so charming, just kind of as this guy who is obviously way in over his head and not necessarily like emotionally equipped to handle this kind of relationship, but it's just a lot of fun. It's got a very kind of like candy color coded palette to it too. It's really vibrant and bouncy and full of fantasies and just real pleasures. You know, I think this is a pleasurable movie from start to finish, even as the characters get into like fraught situations. It's a great showcase for Olivia Wilde, a great showcase for Cooper Hoffman. I thought it was a really great showcase for Sui Wonders as well, who is so funny as the friend.
It's also, Sundance had like the whole spectrum of it. If you wanted sex discussions, you had The Invite. If you wanted that sex on screen, you had I Want Your Sex. if you wanted sex with a basket, they got Wicker, like Zach was mentioning earlier.
Yeah,
Gil
this was
Daughtry
definitely
for the sex passes, everything. Yeah,
a sex-forward Sundance, more so than we're used to.
Yeah, for
Titles
sure.
with Shake Your Booty in it. They went all out for the final one.
Do you think this is one that's going to kind of have a wider release, or is it going to be one of these movies that is a hit at Sundance and kind of comes and goes for most mainstream audiences?
What's Gregg's track record on that? Because again, I feel like a lot of his fan base either is very underground or they become more cult classics after the fact.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like Mysterious Skin and Smiley Face, Doom Generation, I think are largely films that succeeded post-release, or at least to a greater degree. So
they also didn't have these two.
Yeah.
And everybody else involved.
Yeah.
Like, it's a pretty big cast of people that I think a lot of people know. I mean, her other movie sold for the most at Sundance, so there is a chance.
There's a chance. It's really hard to say. It's. I think it just kind of honestly depends on where culture goes this year. I think we swang really hard one way. Maybe it's time that we start swinging back the other way in certain things, and things feel a little bit more risque in a good way and in a fun way. Yeah. Counterculture in a way that isn't actually counterculture. I don't know.
Also, it's an R. I don't think anybody would have this as an NC-17. Obviously, when it comes out, people will complain just to complain. Like, I didn't know when I bought tickets to
a movie called I Want Your Sex.
Exactly.
Do you think they'll do weird, like, censoring for that? Will it be like, I want your, and then it'll be like an S and then like someone's face being a shocked face, or will it actually just...
Nah, they're putting shitheads out in theaters, so I think they'll get away with it.
That was my other one. I was like, what about shitheads? What are they doing with that?
Yeah. Because I guess they did do it for
Shithouse have an alternate title?
Shithouse.
Yeah, Shithouse has an alternate title.
I don't know if it has an alternate, but they got the thing you're describing. The
stylization where they put people.
Thing, yeah.
The Cliff Booth little trailer bit where it's just censored.
But also, how much of a theatrical release did Shithouse get?
I want your S X on TikTok or something like that. But
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, like, it is a really delightful comedy. I don't know if it's necessarily, like, the funniest movie we saw in a Sundance that was full of very funny movies.
I'm going to be honest, it is probably the funniest movie I saw.
There we go.
Yeah, so,
yeah, I mean, it is pretty hysterical. And, it does have this kind of, like, mystery element to it, which is maybe a little more underbaked, but that's not really the reason I was there.
No.
I got what I was hoping for.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that element, so I really enjoyed that it was there.
Top 10 for you guys? Because I think you guys might like it more than I do. I have it off my top 10. I still enjoyed it.
Very high up on my list, actually. So
yeah, I have it in the top 10, but not super high. So I guess we all liked
nice
it.
Little spectrum right there.
But we all liked it.
Yeah.
But we all recommend it, exactly.
I will say Shithouse did release under freshman year in a lot of places. I was like, I knew there was another title somewhere.
Freshman year? That's
freshman year.
Terrible title.
Accurate.
Yeah. Well, it was Shithouse here, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sure there will be some places in the world that don't want to release a movie called I Want Your Sex, but we will know it as that. We enjoyed it as that. Cooper Hoffman remaining the king of age gap relationships on screen. I think this is going to be a fun one for a lot of people.